It's Eric from I Can Juice It, and today we are juicing grapes. We're doing the other half of our test. The other day we did the Omega 8006 juicer, and we juiced a kilo of grapes and saw how much juice would come out of it. That's in a different video that you can click on. Right now we'll be doing the same test, 1 kilo grapes, but we're running it through the Super Angel 5500. This is, one of the highest end juicers available. They're pretty expensive, but they have great results. As you've seen from one of our other videos, we did a comparison with a few different ingredients between the Omega 8006 and the Super Angel 5500. So we're doing something similar, but just separating the videos so we can kind of go more in depth, and we don't have two people here. So today I will be juicing 1 kilo of grapes again, putting them straight through the Angel and seeing how much juice comes out, how dry the pulp is, and just see what the quality is, how it tastes. So I will get that going now. This is a great juicer. I really like it. It's just a little more money and super heavy. I'm going to turn on the machine now. You'll notice it has the power switch back here by the power cord. You turn that on, the machine starts coming on, and then you come over here and we have a start button that pushes the gears forward, an off button, and then a reverse. So I'm going to hit the start and the gears are going to start pushing out and we can start juicing. And we'll just be putting these grapes in. I'm curious to see whether we need to use this tapper. Looks like we might need to. So this has been pretty easy to push these grapes down with compared to the Omega. On that Omega, we were having a lot of pushback from all the juices. It was really getting clogged up in this section of the juicer above the gears. It was staying up there. This is really pushing it through very easily. As soon as I push down, it's gone, and I can feel the gears pushing against the tapper. A few things of note is the juice looks a little bit more purple coming out of the Angel. I'm not sure what would cause that, but it does look, I like the color better. And you got to remember, these are the same grapes from the same vines. I just went out and picked a whole bunch more this morning, and we picked those, 3 days ago maybe. So there's no change in the quality of grape. We have a lot of them. Looking at this pulp, just taking a minute over here, we can see this is a lot more wet than what was coming out of the Omega. That Omega really dried it out. It was almost leathery. So that's something to note. This looks like it might produce more juice though, but we'll see. It's going to be close because that Omega, it was pretty close to the top of that same container. This has just been really easy to push all these grapes down into this twin gear system. I think this just really eats things up. We are getting towards the end of our grapes now. That's all the grapes. So now we will just let that run for a minute to let all the pulp come out, make sure everything pushes through those twin gears, and then we'll measure that juice to see what kind of yield we had and how it compares to the 8006. The whole machine off, so now we can kind of look at what this pulp looks like. If you want to come in here, the 8006, we had a strainer that is where a lot of this stuff was caught. This sends it all out the end of the chute. Well, with that 8006, we had to have that extra step of it being in that filter, and then we were having to move this pulp around to get all the juice to come out. I'd say this one's a little easier. Easier of use is better. Alright, let's see how much yield we got. A little bit of foam on top. Hopefully those really cold gears helped minimize that. Okay, we got our juice in here. And looking at the measurements, we have about 3.5 cups or 700 to 750 milliliters of liquid, which is right about what we had with the Omega 8006. So for yield, I'd say it's identical. For pulp, pretty close to the same because we were having to straighten all that out ourselves in the 8006, and this just did it all at the end. So for ease of use, this is much better. Also, pushing stuff down with the tamper into the twin gears was much easier. Yield was the same. I'm just curious about flavor now. Hopefully flavor is the same because it's the same grapes. Maybe one machine just makes it taste sweeter. We did see that in one of our other Angel Omega 8006 comparisons. So let's see about it now. That is really good. Yesterday at work, actually, we had a little get-together, and someone brought in some pasteurized grape juice, and this definitely tastes a lot better than that. It's a lot, just straight off the vine, straight to the juicer, and in my tummy. So, I'd say it's the same. Which machine? This one is a little bit more user-friendly compared to the Omega 8006. This one obviously has a higher price point, but you get what you can, and you just live the dream.